élève en Shakespeare. I'm just kidding. This is my wife, Anne Hathaway. Welcome to Theater Ensemble Arts and its presentation of Midsummer Night's Dream. Before we get started, we have some housekeeping to take care of. Please silence your phones and similar devices. Even though Shakespeare's works in the public domain, this particular production of this play is copyrighted by Theater Ensemble Arts. So we ask that you do not record any video or audio for this production. Now, after curtain call, we ask that you practice social distancing. We like to honor Sandstone's tradition of the meet and greet after the show, but we must do it responsibly. TAA would like to thank Randy West and the City of Farmington for letting us play in this wonderful space. We'd also like to thank Ed and Ian for taking care of us while we rehearse. In the booth. And as well, we would like to thank Connie Gotch Foundation for the generous grant. Because of that grant, we are offering this performance for free. Yeah. So, we also have 2 baskets. You are free to give donations because it is free. So we are accepting donations, and they will be passing those around. I believe they're doing that now. Now, keep an eye on our Facebook account for the next season reveal. And lastly, we'd like to thank all of you for coming out to watch us play. And thank you for your support. Now, as soon as they all wrap up, please relax and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Yes! I'll get you! I got Oh, no fair. That's not fair. Oh. Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon, but oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments, awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth, turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I would thee with my sword, and one thy love doing thee injuries, but I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus, what's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. My gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast, by moonlight, at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gods, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment and unhardened youth. With cunning thou hast filched my daughter's heart, and turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious duke, be it so, she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death. According to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your mother should be as a god, one who composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax, by her imprinted and within her power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your mother's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my mother but looked with mine eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with her judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in a presence here. But I beseech you, grace, that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether if you yield not to your mother's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun, for I to be shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that master so their blood, to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled than that which withering on the virgin thorn grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin path unto his lordship, whose on which yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your mother's...
Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry her?
Stand, scornful Lysander. True, he hath my love. And what is mine, my love shall render unto him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
My lord, I am as well derived, as well possessed, by love more than his. And what's more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of the beauteous Hermia. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his face, made love to Neater's daughter Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess to have heard so much, and thought with Demetrius to have spoke thereof. But, being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your mother's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death or to a vow of single life. Come, Hippolyta, with cheer, my love. Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial and confer with you on something that nearly concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chanced the roses are to fade so quickly?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Aye, forever that I could ever see, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of love never did run smooth. Or else, it was misgrafted in respect of years.
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled, too low.
Or it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged, too young.
Or misrepresented in blood.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Or, if there were sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the colleague night, and in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power to say, Behold! The jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers ever been crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Now, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knitted souls and prospers loves, by that fire which burned the Carthage queen, when the false Troyan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men broke, in number more than ever women spoke. In that same place which thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Oh, here comes Helena.
Fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars and your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear when wheat is green and hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, were favors so yours I'd catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My tongue would catch your tongue, my eye your eye, my voice would catch your voice's sweet melody. Oh, if the world were mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love still.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None. But your beauty, or that fault mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself shall fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens like a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silvery visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearls the bladed grass, a time where lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the woods where you and I, upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet. And thence from Athens we shall turn our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Oh, farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight. From lovers' food, deep morrow midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helen, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or others some can be. Throughout Athens, I am thought to be as beautiful as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so.
He does not know all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so do I, admiring in his qualities. Things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose into form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is said, Cupid is blind. Nor hath love's mind any judgment taste. Wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. And so it's said that love is a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. And as waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so is the boy love perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked upon Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will tell him of fair Hermia's flight, and then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein now mean I to enrich my pain, than to have his sight thither and back again.
That's right. This is the show.
Ahem. Is all our company here?
It would be best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
I have here the scroll with the name of every man throughout all of Athens thought fit to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
A first good Peter Quince. Say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and cruel tragedy of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves. Hither.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the weaver.
Ready? Name what part I am for, and proceed.
Nick Bottom, you are put down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus, a lover or a tyrant?
Ah, a lover who kills himself most gallant for love.
Oh, thou wilt ask some 'tis in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. Or for the rest, yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Heracles rarely. This is, or a part to tear a cat in to make all split. Oh, the raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far to make and mar the foolish fates. Ooh, this was lofty. Now, name the rest of the players. This is Heracles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoning. Yeah.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
It's all a one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
Oh, and I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe! Thisbe! Ah, Pyramus, my lover dear, thy Thisbe dear, and lady dear.
No, no, no! You must play Pyramus, you, Flute, Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
For you, the part of Pyramus's father. For myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner. For you, the part of the lion. And, I hope, here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may play it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Oh, let me play the lion too. I will roar to make any man's heart good. I will roar to make the Duke say, "Ooh, let him roar again. Let him roar again."
But you would do it too terribly. You would frighten the Duchess and the ladies. They would shriek. That were enough to hang us all.
They would hang us all. Every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, that if you should frighten the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so. I will roar as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar as twere any nightingale. A roar.
There is no part you may play but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a gentle-faced man, a proper man, as one would see on a summer's day, a gentlemanlike man. Therefore, you must play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
Oh, I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple and gray beard, or your French crown-colored beard, your perfect yellow.
Well, some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play barefaced. But masters, here are your parts, and I must entreat you, implore you, and desire you, con them by tomorrow night. Meet me a mile without the palace wood. There, by moonlight, we will rehearse. For if we meet in the city, we will be dogged by company, and our devices will be known. In the meantime, I will draw up a list of properties such as our play needs. I pray you, fail me not.
Well, we will meet, and there we will rehearse more profanely and courageously. Take pains, I'll be a perfect adieu.
At the Duke's Oak, we meet.
Enough! Hold! Cut both strings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Oh, over hill, over dale, through a bush, through a briar, over brook, over pale, well, through a flood, through a fire. We do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and we serve the fairy queen. To do her orbs upon the green, the cowslip tall her pensioners be. In their gold coats spots you see. Well, those be rubies, fairy favors. In their freckles live their saviors. Well, we must collect some dewdrops here and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lobus spirits, we'll be gone. Our queen and her elves come here anon.
Fear, the king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon passing fell in wrath. Because that she as her attendant hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. but they do swear all their elves for fear, creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either we mistake your shape in making quiet, or else you're that shrewd and never sprite called, huh? No, that doesn't look like her. Robin Goodfellow, are not you he that frightens the maidens of the villagery, and skim milk and sometimes quaking in the quern, and bootless that make the breathless housewife churn? Those that hobgobs call you, and sweet puck, you do the work and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
Thou speakest all right. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in the likeness of a filly fowl. Sometime I lurk in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale, the wisest on, telling the saddest tale. Sometime for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me, then slip I from her bum, down topple she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough, and the whole choir holds their hips and laughs, and waxen in their mirth, and knees, and swear. A merrier hour was never wasted there. But broom fairy, here comes Oberon.
And my queen, but that you were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous, Oberon? Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and his company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland and in the shape of Corin sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here, come from the farthest steep of India? But that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your bushkin mistress and warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity?
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst not thou lead him through the glimmering night from Paraguana, whom he ravished, and with him make fair eagles break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or on the beach margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling on the land, hath every pelting river made so proud, they've overborne their continents. The ox has stretched its yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn rotted ere its youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, and the crows are fatted with the Marian flocks. The nine men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green, for lack of tread, are indistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with hymn or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of the floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature, we see the seasons alter. Hurry-headed frost falls on the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on Oldheim's thin and icy crown, an odorous caplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg of the little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order. Full often when she sat on Neptune's yellow sands, and we had laughed to see the merchants on the sea, when their sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, when she, with flowing in the swimming gait, her womb then rich with my young squire, would sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again, as if from voyage. But she, being mortal of that boy, did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus's wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our rounds and see our moonlit revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me the boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away, we shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither, thou remembrance, since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil to the sea maid's music, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's song.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal thrown by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I saw young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched by the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress passed on in maiden meditation, fancy-free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell on a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and the maidens called it love in idleness. Fetch me this flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids blade will make or man or woman madly dote on the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'd put a girl round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania while she's asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing, then she waking looks upon, be it lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I do take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
Ah! I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen unto this wood, and here I am, wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
Will you draw me, you hard-hearted adamant? Yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to follow, and I shall have no power to follow.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather in plainest truth, do I not tell you I do not?
And for it do I love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. You can spurn me, strike me, leave me, neglect me, only let me follow you, as unworthy as I am to follow. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I'm sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege for that. It is not the night when I see your face, therefore I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you, in my respect, are all the world. So how can it be said that I am alone, when the whole world is here to look on me?
I will run from thee and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not a heart such as you. Run when you will, the story will be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind creates speed to match the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay on thy question. Let me go. Or if thou follow, do not believe I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the city, the field, you do me mischief. Fine, Demetrius, you do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love the way men do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow you and make a heaven of this hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.